Welcome back to our channel. Discover rare coins, epic finds, and the fascinating stories behind them. Subscribe now. As the 1990s came to a close, the world was on the cusp of a new millennium, with technology rapidly changing the way people lived, worked, and communicated. But while the world around us was evolving, some things remained the same, and one of the most iconic symbols of this era, one that had endured for over a century, was the US 1-cent penny. Though the penny may seem like an everyday object, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Each penny tells a story, not just of the country's economy, but of the people who designed it, minted it, and ultimately collected it. And when it comes to the 1998 penny, it's no exception. Beneath its familiar design, there lies a history full of intrigue, errors, and an incredible value that would surprise most people. Let's start by looking at the history of the penny. The 1-cent piece was introduced by the United States Mint in 1793, and for over a century, the coin underwent numerous design changes. But perhaps the most iconic change came in 1909, when the Mint debuted the famous Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design, which features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, back, would remain in circulation for over 50 years. It would become synonymous with the penny itself, forever linking Lincoln's legacy with the everyday American coin. Fast forward to 1959, when the U.S. Mint replaced the wheat design with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side of the penny. This change was to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it symbolized the enduring legacy of the 16th president, whose leadership during the Civil War helped preserve the Union. The Lincoln Memorial design would remain in use on the penny until 2008, when a series of commemorative reverses celebrating Lincoln's life and legacy were introduced. But in 1998, the design remained unchanged, with the Lincoln Memorial still gracing the back of the coin. It was a time of relative stability for U.S. currency, especially the penny. The 1998 penny, like its predecessors, was struck in copper-plated zinc, and it continued to feature the familiar design, which had been the standard for nearly 40 years. However, as is often the case with coins, subtle changes and imperfections during the minting process can result in rare and highly valuable variations. And it is these variations that would make the 1998 penny something worth keeping an eye on. One of the first things that collectors look for when assessing a coin is its overall condition. Minting imperfections can sometimes occur due to a variety of factors, such as worn-out dies, foreign objects caught in the minting press, or simply the normal wear and tear from circulation. These imperfections may seem like small mistakes, but in the world of coin collecting, they can make all the difference. For the 1998 penny, one of the most sought-after variations is a series of well-known die errors, including the close AM error. In this particular error, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are unusually close together, resulting in a rare and highly prized penny among collectors. These error pennies, which were produced in limited numbers, are now considered highly valuable. It is believed that a small batch of 1998 pennies left the mint with this error, and since then, they have become a coveted find for any serious numismatist. But why is this particular error so important? Well, rarity is the key factor. In coin collecting, the rarer the coin, the more valuable it becomes. The close AM pennies are particularly rare because the error occurred only under specific circumstances, and it's estimated that only a small number of these coins made it out of the mint. As such, they have become a grail for collectors, who hunt for them in rolls of pennies, at coin shops, and in auctions. It's that sense of discovery, that feeling of unearthing something incredibly rare, that drives collectors to seek out these elusive coins. Now, let's discuss the value of the 1998 penny. The value of a standard 1998 penny is, of course, just 1 cent. But the 1998 close AM error penny? That's where things get interesting. Depending on its condition and the specific characteristics of the error, a 1998 penny with the close AM die error can fetch a stunning price, somewhere in the ballpark of $140,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that was produced for less than a cent can, under the right conditions, be worth $140,000. It's a rare phenomenon, one that highlights the fascinating world of coin collecting. While most people might overlook a penny as something not worth much, collectors understand the true value of these small pieces of history. And in this case, the 1998 close AM penny stands out as one of the shining examples of how a minor minting error can turn a humble coin into a highly sought-after treasure. The remarkable value of this particular coin can be attributed to several factors. First, as already mentioned, the rarity of the close AM error is key. The fact that such a small number of these coins were ever produced makes them incredibly difficult to find, which drives up their price on the open market. The second factor is the state of preservation. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A 1998 close AM penny in pristine condition, with minimal signs of wear, can command a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. Another aspect of the coin's value is its appeal to collectors who are looking to complete sets of US coins. Many collectors focus on acquiring error coins or special editions, as these pieces add rarity and intrigue to their collections. The 1998 close AM penny has become one of those coveted pieces, and as more collectors seek to find it, its value continues to rise. As time goes on, the value of these rare coins may only increase, as fewer and fewer of them remain in circulation. Most of these error coins are either tucked away in private collections, displayed in numismatic museums, or hoarded by passionate collectors who understand their true worth. For those fortunate enough to stumble upon one of these coins, the reward can be substantial. In the world of coin collecting, it's not just about finding rare coins, it's about uncovering the hidden stories behind them. Each penny has a narrative, whether it's the story of a mistake made at the US Mint, the tale of a dedicated collector, or the journey of a coin as it passes through generations. The 1998 close AM penny is no exception to this. What was once a simple error in production has now become a symbol of rarity, value, and the fascinating world of numismatics. So, the next time you happen to go through your spare change, take a moment to examine your pennies closely. While most of them may be worth only a cent, there's always the chance that one of them could hold a much more significant value, one that could be worth $140,000. It's just one of the many reasons why coin collecting continues to captivate enthusiasts around the world. In the ever-evolving world of US coins, some years stand out for their unique qualities, and the 2005 1-cent penny is certainly one of those years that has garnered attention from collectors around the world. The penny, often seen as a humble and low-value coin, has a fascinating history, and the 2005 version is no exception. While it might seem like just another year of minting, this specific penny contains a series of subtle intricacies and rare features that make it highly sought after today. But how did a simple penny from 2005 become one of the most prized coins in modern-day numismatics? Let's take a closer look at this remarkable piece of American currency. At first glance, the 2005 penny appears no different from the many pennies circulating during that time. It still features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, and the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But behind the simplicity of this well-known design lies a remarkable story that dates back to the very creation of the US Mint and the long history of the penny itself. The 1-cent piece, introduced in 1793, was designed to serve as an accessible and practical way to carry out small transactions. Throughout the centuries, the design of the penny evolved. The wheat penny, first minted in 1909, had a prominent place in American coinage history, and it wasn't until 1959 that the Lincoln Memorial reverse was introduced in honor of the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. For nearly half a century, this design would remain unchanged, becoming deeply embedded in American culture. By the time the 2005 penny rolled off the production lines, Lincoln's image had been featured on the obverse of the coin for over 90 years, and his memorial had been on the reverse for almost half a century. But 2005 marked a significant year in the history of the penny because it was the year that the US Mint introduced a series of commemorative reverse designs to mark the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These new reverse designs would be released in a series, each one showcasing a different aspect of Lincoln's life and legacy. This move breathed new life into the familiar penny, giving collectors and enthusiasts a fresh perspective on an iconic coin. While the 2005 penny may seem like just another in a long line of Lincoln Memorial coins, it is precisely this new design initiative that adds historical significance to the coin. The new reverse featured a striking depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which had been the design since 1959, but in a way that signaled the beginning of a significant change in the coin's visual appeal. This year was a milestone for the U.S. Mint, as it marked the beginning of a new era in the history of American coinage. However, the 2005 penny wasn't just about commemorating Lincoln's life and legacy, it also introduced a notable change in the minting process. The 2005 penny was part of a series that was designed to showcase more intricate elements of American history, and each coin in this series was produced with a combination of new dies and design processes that gave the coins a unique look. While the design of the obverse and reverse remained largely unchanged, collectors and enthusiasts were drawn to the subtle details and the craftsmanship of the coin. When it comes to collecting coins, it's not just about the design, condition matters immensely. The 2005 penny, like many coins, was subject to a wide range of variations in quality due to the production process. Small imperfections during the minting process, or even the coin's journey through circulation, can affect their value. For the discerning collector, finding a penny that is in excellent condition, unblemished by the typical wear and tear of daily use, can dramatically increase its value. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the 2005 penny is the possibility of errors in the minting process. Errors can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinarily valuable one. For example, some 2005 pennies were struck with a misalignment, while others experienced variations in the depth of the design on the reverse. These unique errors create opportunities for collectors to find a rare gem amid a sea of seemingly ordinary coins. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 2005 penny is the double die error, which occurs when a coin is struck more than once with misalignment, causing a noticeable duplication of features, particularly in the inscriptions. These double die errors, especially those that appear on the date or the words, "In God We Trust," are rare and highly prized by collectors. The uniqueness of the double strike adds both historical value and intrigue, making the coin more appealing to those in the numismatic community. Now, let's talk about the real draw for collectors, the value of the 2005 penny. While most of these coins are worth only 1 cent, some specific varieties have become a treasure trove for coin enthusiasts. The value of a 2005 penny, depending on its rarity and condition, can fetch an incredible amount, with some reaching upwards of $125,000 for the most well-preserved examples of the double die error. The rarity of these error coins, combined with their historical significance, has driven the market value to remarkable heights. It's a surprising fact to many, but the value of these pennies is not just due to the usual market factors. Instead, it's the rarity of specific errors and the demand from collectors who seek to complete their collections of error coins that makes the 2005 penny so valuable. Finding one of these rare varieties is akin to discovering a hidden gem in a pile of common coins. And, as with all rare items, demand only drives the price up, as collectors compete for the opportunity to own such a coveted piece of American history. Now, you might be wondering, how can you identify a 2005 penny that could be worth this kind of money? Well, it all comes down to closely inspecting the coin for any signs of error or wear. If you have a 2005 penny, start by looking for signs of the double die error. Examine the date, the inscription, "In God We Trust," and the overall clarity of the design on the reverse. If you notice any noticeable doubling of the text or other features, you may have stumbled upon a rare and valuable coin. It's also important to check the overall condition of the penny. A well-preserved penny, free of scratches, dents, and other blemishes, will always be worth more than one that has been heavily circulated. The 2005 penny might seem like just another coin, but in the world of numismatics, it has earned its place among the most coveted and valuable modern-day coins. Its historical significance, its unique design elements, and its potential for rare minting errors have all contributed to its appeal. Collectors continue to search for these elusive varieties, and the demand for these pennies shows no signs of slowing down. As with all valuable coins, it's important to approach collecting with patience and a keen eye for detail. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, the 2005 penny offers an exciting opportunity to discover something truly special. And for those who are fortunate enough to own a rare, error-free example, the payoff can be significant. The value of a single 2005 penny can reach up to $125,000, making it an extraordinary find for any numismatist.